Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch, and a couple weird things coming up on this market. We have a couple weird buyouts. We also have the Grand Creators dropping as well. I made a video on that talking about the full spoiler list, so we're going to take a look here. Also, if you guys are not subscribed, hopefully today's day I earn your subscription. We're 16 subs off 2,000, and about 30% of people aren't subscribed, so please, I implore you to subscribe. It is free. Also, if you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. You click it, it takes you to TCG Player instantly, so it's like a shortcut as well. If you find something on my TCG, not only my TCG store, which I also have linked in the description, but if you find something on these market watches you want to buy, or you're like, oh, I gotta buy that, just click it, takes you to TCG. You buy whatever, and it's to no additional cost to you. So it's not like, your card's going to cost a little extra and a little extra is going to come to me. No, you're going to pay the exact same amount. So make sure to do that. And remember, guys, in the comment section below, alert me of any buyouts or any cards you want me to go over. Because I got a few interesting cards to go over, actually, from you guys from the last Marco Watch I have near the end here. So make sure to do all that. And we're going to get into it. So Dark Magician, Jump in 03. Now, I have two of these. I have one mob play, one near mint. I ended up getting the mod play for very cheap. I think like $25. Right now, mod plays are about 55, 56, but I don't really think this is the real price for a mod play because you got lightly played here for about 60. So who wouldn't spend the extra $5 to get a lightly played version? Now near mints though, you got verified 71 right over here. Then you have 105. So you have one more cheap copy here actually. For near mints. Then it goes to 105. So if you want to pay about like 69% for your Dark Magician from Jump, which is really good for this actually, you guys have a chance. It's not like you can go wrong with light play either, but there's a difference between light play and near mid, and collectors want near mint. Honestly, I want to go to the last page here and actually see if we no, we don't have any PSAs of this. I feel like this is a card worth PSAing. I that might be a hot take, but I think the signature cards, getting them PSA, are something that should be very more popular than it is. And when I do a PSA video, I don't know how big it's gonna be, but I want to probably PSA one of every signature card I have. Like if I think it's worth PSA. But obviously, if I look through them and that's like, wow, this is near mint, but this is like an 8 at best, I'm not gonna send it in. Grand Crater. So we have the Water Enchantress of the Temple here. About well, $60 and 70. Issue is all this stuff's good. Like I'm gonna tell you guys up front with Grand Craters, just in case you guys skip this. I would buy everything like 2 3 weeks later. Uh, Rites of our Messier here about 60. Faithful Adventure at 35. Okay. Exorcist, McAllis about 35. Uh, then you have like Ellis at 4, but okay, nothing else is like worth going over at this point. Like, I'm not gonna go over dollar cards, but like, here's what I want to see. Okay, you have the Torrential Tribute rares at $3. You shouldn't be buying that when we have. So the issue is, it's not that the Torrential Tribute rare is bad. The issue is we had the Maximum Gold El Dorado ones for like 80 cents. Right? There's just better versions you can get for like almost nothing more. So you might as well get those, and those will probably have an easier version of selling. I can't find it, so I want to see Solemn Strike, and I want to see how much the rares are here. $3. Okay, definitely not worth it. I mean, here's the thing. I know people might be thinking, well, the supers are like fours, the ultras are fours. Honestly, the rares are gonna drop to $1. If you want to grab them as your penny stock, wait till they drop to like $1 or like $1.25. Maybe it'll hold something like $1.30. Who knows? So Magician's Rod actually got bought out, and I feel like this is kind of weird, but this card hasn't had a holographic print since 2017, and it is the important card in Dark Magician strategy. First editions are $4. And this is for a super rare, so it is quite a bit. But I still don't think that's this much. I mean, I think I have a couple of these actually, but like I remember waiting for like having a bunch of these because I got them in a collection. And I was like, I should wait on these, and I waited, and nothing ever happened. Like, I don't know. This card's very weird. You also have the Megaton Supers at 4s, but going to 6s, going to 8s real quick. So if you have the Mega Pack version, A lot of people like these because they're a little harder to get, but personally, I think that's dumb. I'd rather grab original print any day of the week. Uh, I would probably just sell these and get originals. Dark Magician Ghost right now. It's been a while since we actually looked at this. Now we have a mod play at 400, but we have light plays at 450. Remember when this card was like 800, and people were like, "Wow, this is gonna go up. It's not gonna drop down anymore." And now it's about almost half of that. Yeah. Granted, it goes up to 500 real quick, and then I guess near mints are $700. I'll be frank with you here. If I grab a near mint that has scratches, I would just blow my stack. I'd rather just grab the lightly played and hope it's not terrible. Right? Like, hopefully these lightly played are because they looked at the ghost rare being scratched and not because something's wrong with the card. If it is, it's still fine. It's whatever, but 450. If you guys want to grab your DMG ghost rares, I think now is a good time to actually grab them. Dark Magician 2002 Collector Tin. Now, I had no idea this was actually worth this much. Because I've grabbed them recently. For very cheap. Heavy plates start at $20. Moderately plates are about 35, right? But that's from a new seller. You know, they're kind of $50 for mod play. I don't know. I think that's a little crazy. Lightly plays here at six. Well, that's from a new seller. 65 for light plays, and then near mints are gonna run you about $200. So, yeah. I mean, I personally, would rather grab the two light plays and hold on to $50 rather than grab near mints because lightly plays are gonna go up slowly but surely, and you're gonna be able to make some more bank off that personally. But if you guys have like these older versions, they're worth a lot of money, believe it or not. Now, I didn't expect this to be nothing. Okay, it is a Dark Magician promo. Don't get me wrong. I'm just shocked that it's this much. Um, Blue Eye, well, Dark Magician Girl, Speed Duel Turn Pack 1. So, in the last Mark Watch, I actually asked you guys what do you think the cards I talked about the most are. And it was like a coin toss between Judgment or Dark Magician Girl. But most people lean towards Judgment, Ulti Judgment. So Dark Magician Girl, Speed Duel Turn Pack 1. Little Fat Tony Gaming here, my boy. Yeah, see, I noticed you almost at that 4K sales. I see you at $11. Okay. Once those are gone, they're like 12s. 13. In fact, if you guys know Tony, he was actually on a hidden Arsenal Market Watch. And he's an actual vendor, really good advice, you know, unlike some other market watches out there, right? I'm going to have him on more this year. So hopefully you guys enjoy that because I like having another vendor on, right? Like MSK's whatever, right? Like he's not gonna offer you anything, but little fat Tony he is. Card Trooper Dual Terminal 2 here. These are about $21. Near mids are like 23. I have zero clue why this went up. I actually have zero clue, but it's up. Okay. Card Trooper Dark Legends. These are also quite a bit. Now you have a lightly played here, very cheap light play for about $8-9 here. Then near mids kind of go up to 20s, 35, 50. Uh, these are looking. This does look natural as well. So I mean, it is hard to get. Uh, man, there's really just one page too. There's not even a second page. Ugh, I mean, if you want to grab this last light play, it might not be too bad. Uh, Card Trooper Duels Pack Jaden. A lot of people are talking about this in certain groups and all that. Uh, they got this bought out. Congratulations. Good fucking job, I guess. I mean, it's not like this card should be like worth nothing. It was about $3-4 card. Now they're about 14. Uh, it's not bad, but I'm gonna direct you guys to this gorgeous secret rare. Like this looks beautiful, and honestly, I look at when this card got printed, I was like, you know, I feel like this should have been a secret rare in its original set. That's what I got when I looked at this, right? And that means you made a good secret rare. $1.25, $2. If all the other versions could go up, this can go up. I would grab copies of this along with Relentless Revenge. Was quite a long time ago, actually. Yeah, oh wow, it was even longer than I thought. Yeah. Get your secret card troopers while you can. Bahamut Shark OTS Tournament Pack 13. $12 here for supers. Uh, is what it is. Um, I don't know why this is worth so much. I think this card needs another reprint, but hey, a lot of people. Well, I do know why this is. That's a straight lie. A lot of people are trying to build the new water deck with the number 4, right, and all the krakens. And honestly, the deck is fun. And for a meta relevant deck, so you need like 2 copies of this, 2 copies of Toad. The extra deck in the main deck is like a bunch of $3 cards. Like it's 150 for the deck, but it's meta relevant. So I think that's really good. And some people might be thinking, well, $150 so $150. Listen, buddy, if you're trying to be competitive in anything nerd, it's gonna cost money or it's gonna cost a lot of time. All right, $150 for a meta deck that you could at least you could face competitive decks at your locals. You could go, maybe get a top 32. That's good. Secret rares. I only care about first eds. First ed light plays for like 40. Near mints are about $51. Going up to 55. Going up to 70, actually, right over here. Now, I'm shocked this hasn't hit like $80 because not only is this a card that was featured in the anime, but it's also one of the best rank 4 water cards that isn't like Abyss Dweller, right? I think hands down it's probably Abyss Dweller for a rank 4 water. But this comes pretty close. Might even be a second place, personally. And like, for original print, especially something out of Abyss Rising, which is like an extinct set. I actually opened one up for I think like a 600 sub special. And I actually ended up pulling the ulti tiramisu, and that just made me so happy. And I actually play with that one because I pulled it. I don't know if it's me, but you guys like playing with cards you pull more? Because that's how I feel. Ulti Book of Moon. These are still like 89, $90. Hello, cat. Going up to 95. They could go up to 100, 110, 120, and eventually they're gonna hit like a crazy power spike. Probably 200, 250. Again, if you're looking to hold on to something for like a year and you have money, right? Like I actually okay, hot take. I think it's worth investing $1,000 into this card. I mean, you get 9 playsets, and then you get the 1 copy if you want to just keep it or play in an old format. And then you have a playset. If they go up to 200s, I mean, you do the math there. Which, by the way, it's 1800. I did it for you. You're welcome. Scapegoat OTS Turn Pack 8s. These were like 70 last time I checked. Now they're like 76, so a little bit of an increase. It's an old school card, but everybody who wanted this card got it at like $20, and that I was one of those people. I got multiple copies at $20. I got like a playset, I believe. Um, Again, it's a great card. It was meta relevant at one point. It's just, especially because this was the most abusable card with links, right? Like I really do feel like I would want to see the game if links had something where it was non-tokens, right? And that was just a general rule for the game. Like I feel like we'd have a different game and we'd have stuff like Dandelion, uh, and other token producers still in the game. Galatea, these are 71 for near mints, but they quickly go up to about $80 here after, you know, couple copies are gone right over here. Personally, I think Harp Horror could come off, and I think Orcus could get some support even in the future, believe it or not. Like, this is just a gorgeous ulti. Reminds me of Near Anima, but you guys know that. I really love this card personally, but yeah. Dingarisu Ultimate Rare coming out OTS Tournament Pack 11. Near mints are about kind of going up 55. Although honestly, you could get light plays for like 44 here, which isn't awful. It's just I for an OTS tournament pack card, I would spend extra 11, $12 to get the near mint personally. But yeah, near mint's 55 is what it is. Uh, Again, I talked about this in my last market watch. These were like 50, so I guess they went up a little bit actually. Gonna see a little bit here. $60, not too bad. Also, if you guys are watching this far, remind me in the future not to do morning market watches. If you guys don't know, I usually do like my market watches like earliest like 5 or 6 p.m. Usually I wake up, I have my coffee like every Greek does, and then I go back to bed with said coffee, then wake up fine. Is what it is. Or we just stay up and drink more coffee. It's one of the two. Starlight Rare Moonlit Chill. Someone asked me if this is worth picking up at 285. So Let's see. It has a full second page. It does go up to 450. So the thing is people will always look and consider this card because number one, it's a ghost girl. Number two, it's similar to Imperm, but not as good as Imperm. And number three, people are looking at this card especially in time. It is also a Starlight or a Ghost Girl, so people want Ghost Girl collections. This has a lot of collectability to it, but I don't think the play is there personally. It's there a little bit, right? Because there are people who actually love like playing this card. All right, I've met them. There are people who think this card has potential in certain formats, or in the side deck. That's completely fine. Personally, if you want to pick up the Starlight Red 285, I feel like if you get tired of waiting like in a year for it, it'll be 450, and you can get rid of it, and you could be like, well, I could have had a better investment, but it's 100. I made $100, right? Better to be safe than sorry. You're gonna make something off it. I'll say this, okay? Because I saw that one guy had like a wall here for like 5 copies. Yeah, 5, 3. I don't know if you're getting a playset at this, and then you want to get rid of the playset like 450 or when they go 500 or whatever. That's fine. That's something, right? It always looks cool in the binder as well. But personally, I would see if you can go online or not maybe all well, yeah, you can go online or like if you know people in person who have this specific Starlight or like a store and see if you can get it for cheaper. Like if you could get this for like 230 or like 200, that might not that would be a whole lot better. Like that's my issue with this card is like I like it, but like I don't like it enough to buy it, and it could go to 220. So hopefully that answers your question on if you whoever asked that. Evil Hero, a dusted gold here, Brothers of Legend. $10, $9, $10. I just feel like I don't know where this is gonna go in the future, but I wouldn't pick it up because of Legendary Duelist Season 3. Same with Bane. $9, $10 here. Same exact thing. Shooting Star Dragon Ultra from Brothers of Legend. So this was probably one of my biggest penny stonks. Now, I think this is a good card to hold on to for like 3 years. I won't go crazy over it, but if you want to grab some of these copies, you know, get the 16 here for 29 cents or the 15 cents. I mean, you'd have to do the math with shipping. This one's probably better, but you guys get the point. 15, it's overall that would be I think this card because all the other versions are actually quite difficult to get. You got the Star Strike Blast, you got the like legendary collection 5Ds, that's an extinct set, Secret Earths from the tin. You do have a lot here, right? And then we have the Ghost Rares, which actually I did talk about the Ghost Rare quite a bit, but it's been a while. I want to look at all these. So you have Mod plays at 194. Man, I told people to get near mints at like 150, I think. Light plays at 236. Oh, okay. Near mints are 285. Not too bad overall. 290, but I think that's one of the best Ghost Rares to actually grab. In fact, I actually have a little treat to show you guys. I actually have it right here. I was actually able to get this recently. Now I was able to get it for quite cheap, but I got sealed Star Strike Blast right here, and this they did not. If they had a sealed box, I would have loved to buy it. I would have spent the $400 on it or whatever, and just kept it because that's a very hard set to get if you guys don't know, and it's a very influential set in the game. There are cards that when they debut, there still see play to this day. Like Vanity's Emptiness would see play if it was legal. Droll and Lockbird, right? And like you look at the rares and commons there, and then you move to the holographics, which is really funny because the weakest point of the set was probably when it came out. You can actually argue that pretty well, which I find funny. But yeah, nice little shooting star packs. Really cool to grab. Am I ever gonna open them? You know what? I was thinking about throwing one of them into like a big opening once, but I want to see if maybe I could get some more packs. They were quite expensive, but I was able to grab a real good deal on them. So, then we have Blazing Vortex here. I want to go over the Starlight real quick. $500 for going up to about 600 for Pot of Prosperity. Trishula's at about 260. Well, we know that's not a real price. 245. Well, if you want to get from direct for a little more, I mean, up to you. Live twin little treat here. 122. This is actually a Starlight rare, probably worth picking up because Blazing Vortex is already like over a year old, and this is played in the live twin strategy. It's just I think it's a one of, right? But the thing is, because it's a one of, I feel like people are more likely to get it because it's like, oh, I can just I only have to grab the one of, unlike Frost, right? That's what I think, but 122 is not bad. And then you have Zephyr and Muradora here at 90, and then you have the Arm Dragon, which I think I have like over here, but we're just gonna look it over here. Starters are 105, so I said 90 is not bad to get this, like 90 or 95 it was. Now they moved on to 105, so a little bit of growth uh, on this card in the small time I talked about it. So if you did jump the gun on it, I mean, again, a Starlight rare, day-to-day basis is very irrelevant. It's more like month-to-month basis or like 2-3 month basis, something like that. But at the end of the day, hey, if you got this for 99.5, you got 10 to 15 bucks. Once this copy and these playsets are gone, goes up to about 109. I feel like this card can go up because of how cool it looks, and again, it is an Armed Dragon card, but we'll see. Paw Prosperity, Secret Rares. Now, this is really funny. First editions are 140, but I find it hilarious that that's worth more than I believe it's all 3 out of the 5 Starlight Rares of this set. That like gets to show you, like, I feel like if you have Blazing, okay, if you have Paw Prosperity and you're not using it right now, we are at the point where this Blazing Vortex is up for reprints. We've already seen this set get reprinted, so. And if you guys are wondering how so, Maximum Goal reprinted the Eldritch Fusion and the Eldritch Spell from here, right? So it's not too much, but it is something relevant. So if they reprint one card from there, they can reprint all of them. I personally think if you're not using this card to sell all 3 of your copies and maybe dip into the Starlights here, right? Because that's gonna, the value at that point, and they're gonna go up. So it's kind of like trading your cards for more value and safer value, and those cards are technically harder to pull. Uh, you might win, you might not. I mean, you gotta check back basically, but it's not bad. Even if you don't have to use it from this set, to be honest with you here, I'm acting like you're locked into this set. But in a wider scale, if you sell this, the playset's like 420, you can get some other Starlights, like the Ecclesia Starlight. I actually think getting the Ecclesia Starlight, or even Ecclesias in general, are actually quite worth it. Um, I personally actually really want to grab a copy for 430, but at this point, guys, I just have a lot of bills and stuff, which, by the way, I'm going to take a second here to thank my YouTube channel members. Like, it's nice being able to pay for openings. It's nice to be able to pay for some gas. And it's nice to use that money for, like, a date night, put some food on the table, some bills, right? It just really helps. So if you are a YouTube channel member, I know recently someone became a YouTube channel member for about $10. I talked to them for a little bit. And again, I really appreciate it. And I do want to actually take another second here because someone actually left a very interesting comment where they said, hey, I'd become a YouTube channel member if I wasn't broke or anything. Never feel bad for not supporting the channel, right? If you come here and you watch the video and you're at this point, you obviously like the channel enough, right? You probably hit the like button, right? You're definitely subscribed, I would say. You're already doing a lot. Like, I really do appreciate when people take the little steps to support me, you know? Um, when people, leave comments, all that. I love that, right? The whole, and this is why I don't ever try to shill for money on this channel, is because, not number one, I don't ever want to be that, but number two, I'm already in a happy place where my hobby can make me a little bit of money, right? Like, even if I do this for fun and I take the amount of money, because obviously I put a lot of that money into the channel. Don't get me wrong, but I can put a little bit of that money towards like my first kid's college fund, right? And you might be thinking 40, $50 a month isn't much, right? Or we could put it in an account so he or she gets some money, right, when they're 18, right? And it's like those little things really help, and they're always in the back of my mind, right? If things get tough, it's a little bit to help us through, right? And the economy with inflation is getting worse. So I really do appreciate those who actually take that step forward to support the channel. Like, I have And I want to give a huge shout to my $50 members like Raijin, Stero Kaiba's bank account loan, Descendant. Those are the $50 members for giving me $50 and almost asking nothing in return. Like sometimes they don't ask for videos, which I guess I do pump out a lot of videos, so it's hard not to be happy with it, I guess. But still, it's to me, I'm just completely shocked that people would actually be willing to do that. And I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. We're gonna get on with the market watch though. Yeah, $430. I think this could go up because this will be played in Brandon for sure. Arm Dragon Thunder, we already went through that. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, actually. These are like 26, 27s. I feel like this card sees a little bit of play, but just not that often. Once it sees a reprint, like if this is a reprint, I think this card's gonna drop to like $5, and then I'm probably gonna want to grab a playset because I just like the artwork. But for 27, $28, I mean, it's on the reprint chopping block at this point. It's had its turn to do something, and it really didn't shine too bright. It is what it is. Uh, Pendulum Call Super Rares. Now we got a lot of Pendulum support announced. You have a cheap copy here at 8s, and then you have about 11 for playsets over here. Personally, I told people multiple times to grab these at $3 to 4, 5. Because of how this is just a great generic Pendulum card. It has a nice little fun factor where Magician cards in your Pendulum Zone copy destroyed by card effects as well, which is really nice. It's also a discard outlet depending on how you see that. But it is cost, so if this gets ashed, life sucks. Ulti Tenki here. About 110, 117 here. Yeah, about, well, near mints are like, let's call it 120, right? Yeah, 120 for near mints. Now, personally, while it's limited, I think it's worth grabbing this because if it ever goes to 2 or 3, you'll get more money. But I think this card will slowly but surely climb up. I mean, I remember when they were $300, very recently. And again, this card, people buy it. It flies off the shelf, as you guys see there. So, I feel like this is a worthwhile investment, honestly. Wall of Thorns, super rare. When a plant type monster controls target for an attack, you destroy all attack position monsters you control. So this is like a weird mirror force type thing. Uh, $3. I don't know why this card's worth money, but I mean, I guess it's cute. It's got the Crimson Crisis. $3. What? I mean, I guess the card's worth 3 on both sides. I mean, maybe the hull is old, so I could like consider it, but maybe this is searchable. Like you could look up like a Thorn card. Maybe they just add that to give a little support to all the, because there are quite a bit of cards that have Thorn in them, and maybe that's why this is going up. Because I guess if it's a searchable Mirror Force, that's fine, right? For plants, I think that's relevant enough. Spell Shattering Arrow Ultimate Rares are $21. Probably what this is actually I think the cheapest actual pack ulti. Like my Asterix actually worth a little more than this. And I don't know why, because we got the Cleafort support. And if you guys don't know, Spell Shattering Arrow does destroy the pendulum scales. If they change that when we got links, let me know. But I'm 99.9% sure because back in against Cleafort, I used to side this in Fairy Wind. And it was really nice because you'd pop the scales, right? And we don't have like Duster, and we didn't really have Heavy Storm as like we had Heavy Storm for a bit, but then we didn't have it. When Pendulums were a thing, I don't think we had Heavy Storm, if I remember correctly. But I used to side this in because, yes, it's face up, but you would basically destroy those two. Uh, okay, hello alarm. Uh, you destroy the two spells, and you would inflict 1,000 damage. So you're using one card to get rid of two, and it's a scale, so very important. And if they had other face-up cards, because sometimes they play floodgates that were usually traps. But there was like a few spells they would play sometimes, but again, you pop it, so then you get 3 cards for one, and they take 1,500 damage, right? So it's quite nice. I think getting a place is very worthwhile. And then the last card we have here is number 103, Ragna Zero here. $3 here for super rares. Not too bad. For super, I mean, again, this is a number card, and it's good in certain formats where decks that make rank 4s, if they know a meta deck there's a meta deck that's being played currently that has a current attack that's up from the original. You usually play this because it's basically a rank 4 pop That's during either player's turn, and then you get to draw a card. So you'd make this, pop a card, do your plays, whatever, draw, and then if they try to do something, this is like a weird, also could be an interrupt, but it's like so far fetched. But at least they made it a quick effect. Like this is not a bad rank 4 personally. Like I'm cool with having niche but good rank 4s. And again, it is a number card. I think the rare is also $1. Yeah, about $1 for Primal Origin, right? It might be worth getting the super rares for $2-3 here. But if you guys enjoyed the Market Watch, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Just remember, if you're buying any cards of TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. All my socials are linked in the description below. And let me know what cards I'm going over in the next Market Watch, and I'll see you guys next time.